Guys, Dr. Tran here from Integrated Buy-Side Investing. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Dr. Tran Buy-Side Experience. In this video, I'll share with you guys a post-market recap or analysis on your favorite stock, Amarin Corporation. The stock ticker for that is AMRN. But before I proceed, I want to send to you my disclaimer that you should use my videos and my articles solely for informational and educational purpose. Before you buy, sell, or hold any stock, make sure you check with your registered investment advisor and click the link below for the complete disclaimer. As you guys know, today the news came out that the generic drug maker Hikma Pharmaceutical recently gained an FDA approval to launch its generic version of Vascepa. This is a big news in the pre-market trading hours. The news was just having such a negative sentimental effect on Amarin Corporation that the stock tumbled over 10%. But interestingly, Amarin share fought back and the stock closed the session down by less than 1%. In other words, Amarin's hold it grounds at $7.24. It only lost 0.55% to be exact. In the hour, it trended down a little bit lower, but it still concluded the week at $7.20. Now, if you guys recall, not long ago, Amarin Corporation lost the lawsuit regarding the generic drug maker, in which the Judge Miranda Du voted in favor of Hikma Pharmaceutical and Dr. Reddy's lab. And as a result, Amarin share tumbled by 70%. At that time, I recommended to IBI members to average down, and I myself averaged down. Now, it's very tough for you guys to average down when you see your stock tumble robustly, because fear, your most powerful human emotion, that is false expectation appearing real. That's all it is, but it prevents you from accumulating the stock when there's a market overreaction. So back then, when the stock tumbled to $4, I bought in. I entered into a power trade, and along with other IBI members who bought in, who averaged down as well, and they have enjoyed robust gain. So as of today, closing of $7.24%, that equates to over, on top of my head, over 75%. So quite sizable gain for Amarin Corporation. But in my view, now you have come to a very critical point, and you have to make a decision here. And in terms of making the decision to buy, sell, or hold, that's always yours to make, because I only feature the research, I only deliver to you the market intelligence, but you have a different portfolio size than me. You have a different financial circumstance than me. You use a different strategy than me. Some of us use the pure trading strategy, which are the day trader. Some of us use the pure investing strategy. Those are the family office, the fund manager, the well investor. And then a good number, or the majority, also use the new approach, that is the hybrid trading and investing strategy, in which you enter into a power trade when there is a market overreaction, like what I did for Amarin Corporation back when it dropped down to $4. And then in the following days, the stock rallied over 25%. I sold bank profit and then rolled some of that profit into a long core position, which I still hold today. But if you, let's say you hold Amarin for the long-term position, you average down robustly, you are a fund manager, what should you do? You may ask, Dr. Tran, what should I do, my friend? What should I do, Dr. Tran? But my friend, you have to reflect on what can happen. So if Amarin Corporation will win the appeal case, it does not make sense for Dr. Reddy, for Hikma Pharmaceutical, or even Dr. Reddy Lab, if they can potentially gain the FDA approval for their own generic version of Vascepa. It would not make sense for them to go ahead and launch, because let's say Amarin win the case and they went ahead and launched, and Amarin filed for an injunction, then the company would have to pay all of the potential revenues that Amarin Corporation would garner. And now with the label expansion, the potential sales increase for Amarin is vast. It's multi-billion dollars. So company don't want to take the risk of having to pay Amarin multi-billion dollars in case Amarin win the appeal. So you have to ask yourself, what are the chances that Amarin will win the appeal case? Now, in my view, if Amarin go back to the same Judge Miranda Du, I highly doubt that she'll revert her decision. Comment below, do you think that Judge Miranda Du will revert her position to let Amarin to win the appeal case? In my view, when you look at the market psychology of a person, people are unlikely to accept that they make the wrong choice. They are unlikely to admit that they make the wrong decision. While I can be wrong, but I doubt that the Judge Miranda Du will give Amarin the favorable outcome. But if, let's say, Amarin go back to 3 different judges and someone else make the decision, then in my view, that would strongly help Amarin case. The argument for Amarin Corporation in this case is that the USPTO granted the patent for Vascepa. So by overruling this case to favor the generic maker, it seems like the USPTO does not have a voice here. And if that's the case, why do we even have the USPTO in the first place? Now, I'll disclose to you that I'm not a legal expert. I don't know much about the corporate law. I can only share with you my limited perspective of the corporate law in this case. But I was able to avoid that catastrophic